go again.
And it looks like they are. And they're summoning the dead as well.
You'll get more than your
They've raised the bloody dead. They must be truly desperate.
Mages will always resort to the forbidden if they feel enough need.
Please tell me we're not going to force these poor fools back into the circle.
Well, the alternative, Anders, may be that they're running around here, raising the dead and causing havoc, and killing people. We don't want that either.
I knew this would happen.
My magic will destroy you!
Let's see. Just some more junk. And here we actually, if this place looks familiar, we run into one of the largest complaints about this game, which I feel is somewhat justified, and that is that there's heavily reuse of dungeon maps all throughout this game. And in some cases, like, for example, the Peak of Sundermount, that makes perfect sense within the context of the game. You go to the same area at a slightly different time, and it'll look pretty similar. But here, you know, this is nowhere near the top of Sundermount, and yet it's laid out exactly the same. So, unfortunately, a bit lazy in terms of programming. And I think the consensus was a lot of this happened because the game was kind of rushed near the end into release, which is a bit of a shame. So if you guys keep getting a sense of deja vu about the dungeons that we go into, that's why. It pretty much is often the same dungeon again and again as far as the layout.
Maker's blessing. I thought I was going to die down here in this tomb. Are you with the Templars? Please, I need to go back to the Circle. I never wanted to get involved in this. Not when he started making those things.
He, huh?
Who is he?
Decimus. It was his decision. He kept saying the Templars would label us blood mages if we fled. Why not use it if it's our best tool?
Typical excuse.
He slit his wrist, and the magic, it rose from the blood and woke the skeletons in the cave. I ran. Decimus is wrong. Blood magic is a work of evil, not just a power the Templars keep from us for spite.
Decimus is the leader of these mages.
He's crazy. He said with our phylacteries gone, no one could find us. We would be free. I think maybe he set the fire. There must be a demon working through him. No normal man would profane the dead like this.
Give yourself up to the Templars and tell me where the others are.
I surrender. Take me to the Templars. I don't want anything to do with this blood magic. The rest of them, they're still following Decimus. He's gone mad. I think he'd kill us all just to take the Templars down.
Sir Thrask waits outside. You will be safe there.
Well, that went a little bit better than I was afraid it might go. But yeah, it's nice to see that not all mages who see what blood magic can do are immediately tempted to use it. Let's see. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I apologize. My train of thought was derailed by a cutscene. Ah, well. If it's important, I'll remember it later. I'm going to assume that Mr. Glowy over there is Decimus.
They're here! The Templars have come to take us back to the Circle.
Decimus, no! Stay your hand. These are no Templars.
What do I care what shield they carry? If they challenge us, the dead themselves will meet the call.
Oh, here we go again. And you won't be able to actually hurt... I'm sorry. I thought Decimus had his shield up. Okay. Sometimes you can't hurt these main characters until all of their minions have been killed off. But I think this time you can just go right for him. Not to say that that just takes care of all the undead, but he's definitely the most powerful enemy on the field. I'm gonna loot him just in case we... Yeah, get a
You
cutscene.
killed him! Oh, Decimus. You should have listened to me, love. You are one of us. But you wear no mark of the circle. How is it you side against your own?
Maybe your lover should have tried hello. We're friendlier than you think.
Decimus gave us the courage to face the Templars. Without him, we would be prisoners still. He obviously meant a lot to you. He was our future. Until he came, we never thought to fight back. I told Decimus he was going too far, but he said it was the only way to protect us. To protect me.
Are we supposed to believe that you had no part in his actions?
I swear to you, I have had no truck with demons. Please, we only want our freedom. Without your help, the Templars will execute us all for Decimus's crimes.
If not in the Circle, how do you intend to live?
I hear there are places, outside the Free Marches, where the Templars are not so vigilant.
What do you ask of me?
There is a Templar who followed us. You must have met him when you entered. Kill him, and we can get clear of Kirkwall before the Templars send more men.
Better the death of one Templar than so many innocents.
Yes, let's murder a Templar. Surely that will help.
Will you buy us time to flee Kirkwall?
Well, unlike Fenrir, these mages have shown that they're more than willing to kill, and some of them, at least, are consorting with demons. And frankly, I don't think Hawke can be certain that, that all of the remaining living ones have not succumbed to blood magic as well. And she was willing for us to just kill Thrask, despite the fact that he's probably the only ally they may have in the Circle to begin with. So I'm not as, unlike Fenrir, I'm not as up, or at least I don't think Hawke would be quite as up for helping them.
Oh, just a little murder, is that it? No.
Then lay down your arms. I am trying to save our lives, not throw them away. We will come with you.
I'll make sure the way out is clear.
Alright. Sometimes, in the midst of a battle, as long as you're winning okay and you don't think you need to do any last-minute rescuing of followers or anything like that, sometimes after a battle you may be forced in the cutscene to leave the area immediately, so you may want to do some quick looting, especially of the main boss character once they fall. Let's see, is the... Nope, I think the exit's back the way they came. A bit unusual, like I said, most of the time they put the exit right there, but I guess not this time. I think it's because you're supposed to go back out and meet with Thrask anyway.
And here we go again.
Oh yay, more skeletons. Whirlwind is nice. You saw that Fenris just used it there. It's a nice way to do a whole lot of damage to enemies by just having the fighter jump right into the middle of the fray.
Go down!
Okay, nothing to loot. Let's keep going.
knew this would happen.
Okay.
That's right, you heard me.
Anything else to loot? Nope. Alright, let's get out of here.
Are you saying there isn't anyone inside? Then where did that apprentice come from?
I followed the tracks from the caravan site, but the boy says the others already left.
Don't lie, Thrask. I know you're soft on the robes. I followed the same tracks and... What do we have here?
The Blood Mage is dead. These mages willingly returned to the Circle.
The Circle? As if we would let these demon worshippers pollute the minds of our mages. No. Once they have tasted freedom, apostates are good for nothing. Better to silence them now.
No! And you wonder why we fear them? Please, you must protect us.
They deserve a trial.
They're mages. They ran. Done.
The Circle is a sanctuary, not a prison. If you kill these people, I will see you disciplined by the Divine herself.
Knight Commander says no rebel robes get to preach to the tame ones.
Are you truly going to send us off with this monster?
Well, given that particular attitude from the Templars, I'd say at this point we really just can't in good conscience send them away knowing that they're sure to be destroyed. So, I guess freedom it is.
Step back, Templar. These mages will not go tamely under your blade.
We'll discuss your choice of allies later, Thrask. Men?
Get ready!
And of course, as you can see, Thrask actually joins our side. So again, he shows himself to be a pretty decent guy. But yeah, these mages may potentially be dangerous, but that doesn't mean Hawke is going to let them just be slaughtered. Especially after they already agreed to surrender. That's not going to happen.
By the grace of the Maker, they're dead. I wanted this to end peacefully, not...
There can be no peace between the Mages and Templars of Kirkwall, sir. It has gone too far.
You did not aid your fellow Templars. Does that mean you're leaving the Order?
I suppose my side has been picked. I will tell the other Templars you killed Karas and I came upon the bodies. I will give a false trail to follow.
Thank you. And thank you. Please accept this as the only reward I can offer. I dare not carry a staff with the mark of Starkhaven on it now. This has been more than I expected. We must away.
As must we. Come, Alan. I'm sorry you were the only one I could save.
Alright. So I think that's pretty much it. And I think the exit is up here. Or maybe not. This is actually kind of big for... Oh yeah, this is the same general area as the ambush site. Again, unfortunately, a reuse of textures, or maps. Okay, but here's an exit. Alright. So, I think that'll do it, or that does it for that quest. And I think we have at least one more major quest that has to do with Templars and mages. But I think I'm going to wrap up this video now. So, until next time, fellow adventurers, take care. And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. And as you probably have noticed, the last video that or I should say the transition from the end of the last recording I did to this one is not in a different episode. I usually try to time these right, but I guess my timing was a little off this time, so you just ended up getting that cut there just now. But anyway, we're continuing on basically getting our missions that have to do with mages and Templars. We actually have 2 more to go through. And you'll recall that Hawke talked fairly recently to a woman whose brother was a Templar, but she hadn't heard from him for some time. So we're going to talk to some of the other Templar recruits and see if they've heard about his whereabouts.
Do you know a recruit named Karen? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Messer.
To the void with that. Karen and the others are missing.
But our orders...
The Knights aren't doing anything to find them. Maybe it's time to ask for outside help.
I wasn't even certain Karen was missing. Who else is gone?
The first ones disappeared weeks ago. There's been at least half a dozen. Wilmot and Karen were the most recent.
Why must you keep silent about Karen?
You obviously aren't a Templar, Messer.
A Knight Lieutenant gives you an order, and you obey, without question. They told us not to breathe a word about Karen and the others.
They must have their reasons.
And that'll be a great comfort if you go missing next.
You can trust me. I'm only trying to keep Karen safe.
I hear that Knight Commander Meredith has some new initiation you have to go through. If you're not strong enough or fervent enough in belief, you don't make it out alive.
Figures.
Seems to me a weak Templar would die just as quickly.
And you honestly believe that?
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmot came back.
What?
He did. I saw him this morning.
What else do you know about the initiation?
You hear about some... questionable things that the Order must do these days. The Knight Commander only wants Templars that can do... what must be done.
Andraste alive. She's killing recruits that might question her orders, isn't she?
That's rubbish. She wouldn't do that.
If Wilmot came back, he might know more about the other missing recruits.
I bet he would.
Wilmot told me he was going outside Kirkwall. Clear his head, he said.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Knight Captain Cullen ordered it, right before he chased after Wilmot. That wasn't too long ago. If you hurry, you may catch them on the road.
Well, that is a familiar name. Cullen. We haven't heard from him since the hero Ferelden cleared out the Mage's Tower down in Ferelden. So we'll see if we can catch up to him. Before we do that, though, just really quick, I want to see if there's anything else I want to equip really quick. Although I think I'm in pretty good straits. Let's see if anyone else here would like a different staff. Say Anders. Let's give him the Spirit Staff. And we'll give Meryl the Electricity or Lightning Staff. That sounds pretty good. Alright, off we go. Okay, so we want to go... Yeah, almost everything is happening in Hightown over here, so let's have a look, shall we? Okay.
You ever going to stop harping on the mages here?
No.
They aren't what you saw in Tevinter.
The moment they are free, mages will make themselves magisters.
They're slaves. You should want to help them.
I don't.
Ouch. I can see what you tried to do there, Anders, but it didn't seem to work. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Whole bunch of quests here in the Hightown area, but there's only a few that I really want to deal with. At least right now. We'll deal with them all eventually. Let's head into the Blooming Rose.
Interesting place. Oh, it's so lovely.
If someone here tries to hire me again, I'm leaving.
Nice. And the question might come up in your head is, can you inquire of the services of this brothel? The answer is yes, although it's not as exciting as you might think. But we're here for business. So let's see. Actually, there's two pieces of business here. And let me call on the map again. Yeah, okay. Down here, really quick, is I believe just one of the little side quests. We found something out on the road and we need to return it to someone over here, so let's do that.
I think I found
There we go.
something of yours. You found this? I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. You just paid me pretty well. Since this is the first time we've been here, let's engage in the fine tradition of adventuring, which is to just loot everything that's not nailed down to the floor. That's all that's in here. And I think don't have a whole lot of boxes to loot around here, actually. It's kind of disappointing. Oh well. Not everything can be overflowing with goods just laying around for us to pick up, I guess. Okay. Actually, I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
There must be mages in Tevinter who don't use blood magic.
Of course, there are slaves. The Magisters do not hesitate to collar their own kind.
But no Magisters.
Why must you go on about this? No Magister would turn down an advantage over his rivals. If he did, he'd be dead.
You know, to use blood magic, you need to look a demon in the eye and accept his offer. I just figured some of them would say no. For aesthetic reasons, if nothing else.
Yeah, you think it'd happen at least every now and then. Okay, like I said, I think I'm actually getting a little ahead of myself, because we need to find Cullen outside the city before we progress later in the quest, which actually takes us here. So now I think about it, I think I'm going to actually leave for now. There is that one last quest in here, but this has to do with the man's missing wife, who we met in Hightown earlier on. And that is a quest that has to do with mages and or Templars in a way. But I want to do this other one first.
You have Valasleen, the same markings that the Dalish have.
Yours are not made of lyrium.
No, they're made of blood. Our blood. That's what Valasleen means. Blood writing. It's a mark of adulthood.
Mine were carved into my flesh against my will, in a ritual I remember only for the agony it caused me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Fenris is a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Okay. And... here we go. Wilmot's Camp. Sometimes I remember the order of these quests wrong, and then I end up going to places I shouldn't be yet. Okay, this is another temporary location, so it's a good idea to keep a lookout for loot, because you won't be able to come back, as I've stated before. Anything else around here? No?
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
Ouch.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
I thought Templars only treated mages this badly. Nice to see you're branching out.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
Maker preserve us.
I'll deal with this. How about you?
That was interesting. Because, as far as I know, that was a Templar. And my understanding was that it was only mages who could end up getting possessed by demons. Oh, Rage Demon. I wish I had, like, an ice arrow or something. Be a lot more effective against those creatures.
I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
You shouldn't have been out here alone with him.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmot was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Do you know what happened to Wilmot while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmot has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmot might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded.
Trust and leniency? Is that what you call it?
I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
Well, it looks like Cullen is still pretty set in his ways as a Templar here, despite the fact that we ended up saving the Circle back in the previous game.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karen is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Ah, Cullen.
We should move on.
It's quite the heartthrob among some fans of the series. In fact, I believe there are mods to the original Dragon Age Origins game where he can be recruited as a follower of the Warden. And it's reflected to some extent of his popularity as a character in that they brought him back here. Let's see. We want to go this way. Yes. Alright, now we're going back to the Blooming Rose where I thought we were supposed to go in the first place. And yes, okay, there it is.
I don't want your pity.
Are you talking to me?
You said you were sorry about the ritual I endured. Keep your sorrow.
I only meant...
You have all the freedom none of our kind enjoy, and you throw it away. On what?
Our people need to reclaim their heritage.
A heritage of defeat? To what end?
Would you truly turn your back on your own history? There's so much we don't know.
It's not my history. It's simply history.
We have a difference of opinion here on elven identity. It's one of the things I like about the Dragon Age games. Just because a person belongs to a member of a certain race doesn't mean that they necessarily feel any kinship to, you know, what others value who happen to be of the same race. It's a nice reflection of the real complexity in everyday life, I guess you could say.
Quintus, where's my Montsemart white wine? I have to get it from the cellar. Send round some more nuts or something in the meantime.
So it's way too easy to take all of this common speech out of context when you're in a brothel.
Do you need something, honey?
You don't work here, do you? With the customers?
You're no prize yourself, sweetheart. Is there something you want?
I think we started off on the wrong foot here.
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
Perhaps a few coins can loosen your lips.
Are you trying to bribe me? You know, not all the girls here are for sale. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen.
Ooh, bribery fail.
The Templars are the ones who want this information.
We make a lot of our money off of nervous Templars that expect some privacy.
I'll be discreet.
Let me look through the books. Wilmot, Karen... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
That's quite the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Honey, I could write volumes on the things I know. Unless you want Wilmot's favorite position, I think you have what you need. You didn't hear any of this from me. We clear? Quintus,
understood.
Just one drink.
Okay. So let's see this Iduna. There she is.
Iduna, right? Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karen?
Wilmot. Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
Do your clients like this charade? It must get dreadfully tiresome.
Whatever do you mean? Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
She may not know anything.
You should listen to your friend.
Fenris, are you feeling well?
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
I don't know. Be careful.
I'm here on business. Karen. Wilmot.
answer one of my questions first. Who told you about little old me?
It was Vivica. She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.